So today I wanted to talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the second installment of the Spider-Man animated movies that have been coming out recently. It is the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I think came out in 2019, I'm gonna say. I'm not exact on the date. I just saw this movie and I wanted to review it for the rules ranking for you guys. And this movie is definitely one of the best animated movies that I've seen in a long time, probably since the first installment, the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie. This movie is insane. Like, the first thing I noticed right off the bat is just how beautiful the artwork, the animation, the colors are amazing in this movie. It is definitely, like, if you don't like Spider-Man or superheroes, stuff like that, like, definitely check out the movie just for the artwork that was done for it, because it is insane. Going into the movie, I didn't even realize how long the movie is. The runtime for the movie is 2 hours and 16 minutes, which I feel like is kind of insane for an animated movie, and especially for the high caliber animation and artwork that they did for this movie. It is crazy long. Like, it must have taken just so many hours to even make this possible. Now, I wanted to kind of talk about the plot. So this movie definitely opens up the multiverse even more in the Spider-Man movies, because the last one you had other Spider-Man in the movie, like Peter Porker and all those like silly, goofy, wacky characters. And this one still has a few goofy characters. It seems to take a more serious tone. Not super serious though. It is definitely lighthearted here and there. They crack a lot of jokes which are actually really funny. Like, everyone was cracking up in the theater. But this movie takes place when Spider-Gwen starts fighting some anomaly villain of I forget his name. One of the Sinister Six. I'm blanking on his name, but she's fighting him, and he turns out to be from an alternate dimension. And that's what makes this movie so unique, is that each Spider-Man from different universe has his own kind of unique artwork to him. So they introduce Spider-Punk, the Spider-Man with like the punk rocker emo looking Spider-Man costume. He has the mohawk, spikes on his head, and a guitar on his back all the time. He looks more comic book-esque than some of the other characters like Miles and Spider-Gwen, but basically, Spider-Man 2099 wants to like kind of clean up the different anomalies that have been happening throughout the multiverse, and he hires the help of other Spider-Men across the multiverse to help him out, and it just sparks this whole adventure where Miles gets sucked into the multiverse, and it's like a battle of morals almost. But yeah, it was just such a great film, and eventually there's of course like a lot of conflicts between Miles and like the whole like society of Spider-Man. It's like the Council of Ricks and Rick and Morty, but with Spider-Man. It was just such a great animated film. I would definitely recommend going and seeing this movie, regardless of if you like Spider-Man or animated films, because it's just such a good animation and art style. It's just amazing. It definitely doesn't feel like almost 2.5 hours, because I sat down, started watching the film, and it felt like 20 minutes went by, and then it was over. And by the way, the one thing that I did not like about the film, the ending. The ending obviously sets up for the next Spider-Man movie. I think it's called Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, and it sets it up really well. It leaves off on a cliffhanger, but it just felt really unsatisfying. That was like the one gripe that I had about the film, is the ending was probably one of the most unsatisfying endings in a movie that I've seen in a long time. Another thing is that they put so many cool little nods to other Spider-Man universes in this film. For example, Miles comes into his friend Genki's room to like change or whatever. Basically, his friend Genki is playing the Spider-Man PS5 game. I think it was the 2018 regular Spider-Man and not Spider-Man Miles Morales, which like the detail doesn't really matter that much. It was just a cool nod to it that he was playing Spider-Man on PlayStation while Miles is like undressing from being Spider-Man. And then there's also another really cool nod to the very first Spider-Man comic to ever come out, when Miles he gets grounded, regular teenager stuff, and he's sitting in his room, and then a portal opens above him, and everything in his room starts floating like it's an anti-grav chamber. And one of the comics that starts flying up is like the first edition, very first Spider-Man comics. So that was a really cool nod to that. And then you see like a bunch of cool characters, especially whenever Miles goes to this Council of Spider-Man. And the music is definitely, just like the first one, is definitely really good. I think everything having to do with Miles Morales is gonna have like really good music, because he is a lot more into music than Peter is, I think. So he'll definitely have a lot more interesting music playlists being played throughout the movie. So yeah, I think reviewing this movie, I'm gonna give it a 95. It is definitely a must-see movie, and the only thing I would really knock it for is the ending. I thought the ending was like very abrupt. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but it's definitely super abrupt. Kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't really expecting it. It was a little unsatisfying, but yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to smash like and subscribe. It's free. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.